Hello my dear students, welcome back to chemistry class beta. So in the last class we have seen about the chemical properties of haloalkanes. So I told you haloalkanes mainly they are going to exhibit three types of chemical properties. Number one, reaction with metals including Grignard reagents also we have studied. Number two, beta elimination and dehydrohalogenation reactions, that also over. Next, number three is reaction is nothing but nucleophilic substitution reactions. Okay, you know very well, so many times you made it practice for theory point of view, SN1 mechanism and SN2 mechanism, but from that mechanism they are going to ask you the question, what is the intermediate, what is the final product, how many steps are there, like that questions they are going to ask you in CAT. Okay, right, let us see now. Nucleophilic substitution reactions. Now the question, sir, why alkyl halides undergo nucleophilic substitution reactions? Alkyl halides, due to the polar nature of CX bond, carbon contains partial positive, halogen carries partial negative. Due to that partial polar nature, alkyl halides or haloalkanes, they undergoes nucleophilic substitution reactions. Okay, one small reaction. Alkyl halide RX undergo nucleophilic substitution, nothing but we are going to attack the nucleophile. X minus replaced by Nu minus, minus means N, negative charge, N indicates nucleophile, try to remember like that. So one nucleophile goes to be replaced by another nucleophile. This is nothing but nucleophilic substitution reactions. So Rx, X minus replaced by Nu, nothing but this is your product of NSR reaction, and X minus we are going to be eliminate out. So one nucleophile replaced by another nucleophile, this is called nucleophilic substitution reactions. Good. So first of all we are going to discuss about, sir, what is mean by nucleophile? Nucleophile, Cl minus, F minus, OH minus, Br minus, Cn minus, सबके ऊपर क्या है माइनस माइनस है ना बेटा. एंड ऑल्सो अमोनिया, अमोनिया में नाइट्रोजन कंटेन लोन पेयर, मीन्स द स्पीसीज विच आर ready to donate the electrons, means the species which are in electron rich condition, they are nothing but the nucleophile. Due to their electron richness they can be act as electron donors or lone pair donors. That means we have to be say that Lewis bases. So nucleophiles are nothing but the Lewis bases. Okay, all of you, because of lone pair donors or electron donors, that means we have to be say that electron rich species are nothing but nucleophile and electron deficient species are nothing but electrophiles. Good. Next, another definition I want to show you, it is also important for you. What is mean by ambident nucleophile? Ambident nucleophile, ambi means two centers. Okay, so the nucleophiles which are having two nucleophilic centers, nothing but two ligating centers, nothing but two connecting centers. Such ligands are nothing but, I mean such nucleophiles are nothing but ambident nucleophiles. Okay na? Example, Cn minus, it can be connected through C and it can be connected through N. If connected through C, cyanide, if connected through N, isocyanide. So it is the nucleophile, it contains two nucleophilic center, C and N, and SCN minus, again it contains two center, S and N, sorry, C and N. Again NO2 minus, it also contains two centers, N and O. It can be connected through N and it can be connected through O. I will show you in properties, don't worry now. Okay, right. So Cn minus and SCN minus and NO2 minus, all these nucleophiles, they are having two connecting centers, or we can say two nucleophilic centers. Such ligands are nothing but we have to be say that ambident nucleophile. Nucleophile का meaning electron donating, ligand का meaning भी electron donating, same thing ना. Okay, good. Next point is nothing but, so totally nucleophilic substitution reactions, they are goes to be classified into how many types? Two types nana. One is SN1 reaction and one more is nothing but SN2 reaction. SN1, what is mean by one indicates? One indicates unimolecular nucleophilic substitution reaction. SN2, here 2 indicates what beta? Bimolecular nucleophilic substitution reaction. Okay na? Right. So what is mean by unimolecular and what is mean by bimolecular nucleophilic substitution reactions? Let us see the meaning. In SN1 reaction, rate or speed depends upon only one molecule, unimolecular, and the molecule is nothing but alkyl halide. So rate of reaction is directly proportional to concentration of alkyl halide depends on one molecule, unimolecular. But in SN2 reaction, rate depends on two molecules. That's why I am saying bimolecular. One is nothing but depends on concentration of alkyl halide, and one more is nothing but depends upon concentration of what? Beta nucleophile. So in SN1, rate is directly proportional to concentration of alkyl halide, and in SN2, rate depends upon concentration of alkyl halide and nucleophile depends upon two molecule. So rate depends upon two molecule means bimolecular nucleophilic substitution reaction. SN1 it follows first order kinetics, SN2 it follows second order kinetics. SN1 in that reaction we have to be say that molecularity is 1, only depends upon one molecule, but in SN2 reaction molecularity is 2 because of rate depends upon two molecule. One is alkyl halide and one more is nothing but nucleophile. Good. SN1 reaction, 1 completed in 2 and 2 completed in 1. Try to think in opposite manner. नहीं तो कंफ्यूज हो जाते हैं, इधर का उधर जा सकता है. ओके, कैसे रिमेंबर करेंगे? SN1 1 completed in 2 steps, SN2 2 completed in 1 step. Good. So SN2 reaction completed only in one step. Such one step, such single step is known as slow step, or we can say that is also known as RDS, rate determining step. Good. But in SN1 reaction, how many steps are there? 2 steps are there. Step 1 is slow step and step 2 is fast step. And such slow step, such fast step is such first step is known as RDS. Okay. So in SN1, how many steps are there? 2 steps. Step 1 is slow step and RDS means the rate determining step, and second step is nothing but fast step. Good. And in SN1 reaction, here we are getting one intermediate. The intermediate is nothing but carbocation. Like this carbocation you are getting now. And in that carbocation, what is the carbocation? Around that carbocation here 3 bonds are there. So due to presence of 3 bonds, the hybridization is nothing but S, sp1, sp2. So carbocation hybridization is nothing but sp2, and the geometry is nothing but trigonal planar geometry. Good. And what is the intermediate in SN2? Not intermediate, it is one, okay now, it is a, okay now, unstable form. The unstable form name is nothing but transition state. What beta? Transition state. Like that unstable transition state, here we are getting in SN2 mechanism, and within the fraction of seconds that goes to be disappears and changes into the respective product. Good. So here like intermediate form is carbocation, but here unstable form is nothing but transition state. Let us go for in SN1 reaction, rate depends upon alkyl halide. So what is the reactivity order of alkyl halide? So reactivity order of alkyl halide in SN1 is benzylic and allylic halides. Benzylic and allylic halides, they are more reactive in SN1 reactions because of in SN1 reaction, rate depends upon carbocation formation, and benzylic and allylic carbocations are more stable due to the concept is nothing but what beta? Resonance. You know very well. That's why these two compounds are due to their stability formation, due to their stable carbocation resonance formation. Benzylic and allylic carbocations are more stable towards SN1 reaction. Okay, na? After that, tertiary alkyl halide like this, tertiary butyl bromide. After that, secondary alkyl halide. After that, primary alkyl halide. And least reactive alkyl halide in SN1 is methyl halide, because of methyl carbocation is unstable. Because of it depends only on carbocation, na beta. So on the basis of that only, they have to be decided the reactivity order of alkyl halides. Good. SN2 now. So in SN2 reaction, reactivity quite opposite to first one. Okay, as here steric compound and more steric compound, especially like tertiary butyl bromide, steric compounds, okay now, and bulky compounds, they are reactive for SN1, and simple alkyl halides like methyl halide and primary alkyl halide, they are more reactive for what na SN2. So what is the reactivity order of alkyl halides in SN2? Methyl halide and primary alkyl halide and secondary alkyl halide, and least reactive alkyl halide in SN2 is tertiary. Least reactive alkyl halide in SN1 is methyl halide. Quite opposite thing is here. Special benzylic and allylic due to carbocation. Good. What is the final product in SN1 reaction? So in SN1 reaction, the final product is nothing but partial racemization. Partial racemization means you are getting a mixture of retention product and inversion product. Here we are not getting in 50-50. If we are getting in 50-50 percentage, we have to say that racemic mixture. But here I am saying partial racemization. And mostly inversion product is dominative because of back electrophile will be more preferable. Okay na. So what is the final product in SN1 mechanism? Racemization, or we can say that what beta? Partial racemization. And what is the final product in SN2? Inversion, or we can say Walden inversion. Reverse umbrella form you are getting. Just to check out the reactant to product. CH3s are left side, CH3s are right side. Okay na beta? Good. Next, in SN1 reaction, rate depends only on alkyl halide, does not depends on nucleophile. That means nucleophile strength is not important in SN1 reaction. But in SN2 reaction, rate depends on nucleophile. That means as the concentration of nucleophile goes to be increased, rate of reaction be increase ho sakta hai na. So rate will be depends on the concentration of nucleophile. Means strong nucleophiles are required. Strong nucleophiles are required. Okay na beta? Good. Next point is nothing but in SN1 reaction, what is the intermediate? Carbocation is the intermediate. Sometimes we will get secondary carbocation. After rearrangement, we will get the tertiary carbocation. So due to formation of carbocation intermediate, here rearrangement will be possible. So rearrangement takes place to get stable carbocation in SN1 mechanism. But in SN2 mechanism, there will be no rearrangement. There will be no rearrangement because of no intermediate, only unstable form transition state. Good nana. Next one is nothing but yes, SN1 reactions, they goes to be takes place in case of polar protic solvents. Polar means they are having plus minus. Protic means they are ready to donate the proton H plus, like water molecule, polar and protic solvent, alcohol, polar and protic solvent, or we can say these are good ionizing solvents. So in presence of this good ionizing solvents, we will get the SN1 mechanism. Okay na? Yes, these two powers the SN1 mechanism. And polar aprotic solvents like DMSO, dimethyl sulfoxide, DMF, dimethyl formide, acetone, CH3 double bond O CH3. So these three solvents are nothing but the polar aprotic solvents. They are having polar nature. They are having plus minus opposite signs, but they are not ready to donate the H plus, means aprotic nature. So polar aprotic solvents, they will favor the SN2 mechanism, and polar protic solvents, they are going to favor the SN1 mechanism. So these are the differences of SN1 and SN2. एक point भी miss नहीं हो सकता. Try to focus on every point beta. Because of upon arrow mark, they are going to mention alcohol or water. You have to be do SN1. Upon arrow mark DMSO or DMF or acetone, like that. Okay na? What they are going to be mentioned, in that case try to follow the SN2. Okay na? Good. So let us consider one short mechanism, already you know very well, और एक बार discuss करेंगे. In SN1 mechanism, simple alkyl halides or bulky alkyl halides or steric alkyl halides, tertiary alkyl halides are more reactive in SN1, and simple alkyl halides are more reactive in SN2. Tertiary alkyl halide means tertiary butyl bromide. For primary alkyl halide, simply we can say methyl halide or methyl bromide. Good. In SN1, how many steps are there? 2 steps are there: slow step and fast step. First one, second one. But in SN2 only one step, that is nothing but slow step, or we can say rate determining step. In SN1, first step is reversible, second one is nothing but irreversible because of fast one. Okay na? Right. So here methyl is nothing but, okay na, 3 methyl groups are there. 3 methyl groups, they are having the effect is nothing but positive inductive effect. So due to positive inductive effect, due to polarization of sigma bond, so central carbon, it is ready to lose the Br minus. After the loss of Br minus, central carbon contain the donating nature, the charge is nothing but plus, means here we are getting carbocation intermediate stable form sp2 trigonal planar. Due to its planar nature, now it upon fast step attacked by nucleophile OH minus Cn minus as you wish. So in second step, nucleophilic attack will be takes place. So nucleophilic attack we can do from front side, again we can do from back side. If a nucleophilic attack upon the front, that gives the product is nothing but retention. By the back attack of nucleophile, okay, now it will give the product is nothing but inversion. So generally, okay, now nucleophilic from front, okay, now that is not, okay, now of course favorable, but less chances. Back attack is preferable. Back से किए समझो less repulsive forces आते, front से किए समझो repulsions ज़्यादा आते नाना. Okay, so by back attack, inversion is dominative, and one more is nothing but what? Retention, but not in 50-50. That's why I am saying the product is nothing but racemization. So by the front attack of nucleophile, retention; by the back attack of nucleophile, inversion. In the case of back attack, no more repulsion, means inversion is dominative, and as compared to the retention. Such mixture of retention and inversion is called partial racemization. Good. SN2 mechanism. Okay, in SN2 mechanism, only one step is there. Okay, now in that one step, in that slow step, two species are involving. One is alkyl halide and one more is nucleophile. That's why I told you in SN2 reaction, rate depends upon the alkyl halide and nucleophile, like this. Good. So by the back attack of nucleophile, by the back attack of nucleophile on carbon, by the back attack of nucleophile on carbon, we are going to eliminate what beta? Br minus. But here bond here bond making and bond breaking, both we have to be show in a unstable form, that is nothing but transition state. So methyl bromide by the back attack of OH changes into methyl alcohol. But by the back attack of nucleophile, left hydrogens are converting or shifting towards the right side. So left hydrogens are moving towards the right hydrogen. So क्या हुआ यहाँ पर? Umbrella in presence of wine, that becomes reverse, that is nothing but reverse umbrella form, or we can say inversion product, and also we can say this is called Walden inversion. Walden inversion. Good Nana. Okay, यहाँ पर two steps, यहाँ पर one step. First one is slow in SN1, यहाँ पर only one, that is only slow step. In slow step, in SN1, rate depends only on alkyl halide. But in SN2, slow step, rate depends on two. One is alkyl halide and one more is nothing but nucleophile. In SN1, tertiary butyl bromide changes into tertiary butyl alcohol. In SN2, methyl bromide changes into methyl alcohol, but that is in reverse form, reverse arrangement of hydrogen, that is called inversion product. This is the story about the SN1 and SN2 nucleophilic substitution reactions. I hope you understand this clearly better. Okay, na? Good. Yeah. So next one, from this nucleophilic substitution reactions, I am going to show you some important points which are very important for CET. Right. So I hope maybe around more than 10 times they asked you a question. Among the following, which compound do not undergo nucleophilic substitution reaction? And also we can say that among the following, which compound is less reactive towards nucleophilic substitution reactions? Okay, now so try to remember only two compounds. One is nothing but vinyl chloride, and one more is nothing but aryl halide. One is vinyl halide, one more is nothing but aryl halide. These two halogen compounds, they do not undergo nucleophilic substitution reactions. Okay, very important point for CET I am going to give you is in that number one is CH2 double bond CH bonded to X. So the compound name is nothing but vinyl halide. Next, benzene connected to X. So the compound name is nothing but aryl halides. Vinyl halide and aryl halides, nothing but vinyl chloride, vinyl bromide, whatever that may be, nana, chlorobenzene, bromobenzene, kuch bhi rehne do, as you wish. So these two halides are less reactive, or we can say do not undergo nucleophilic substitution reactions. No NSR, because of reason vinyl carbocation is unstable, aryl carbocation is unstable. Okay, now due to that unstable carbocations, they won't prefer the nucleophilic substitution reactions. Next objective point I am going to give you. A point guarantee 100% remember karna beta. Okay, next point. That is nothing but strong bases or we can say stronger bases. Stronger bases, they are going to favor the SN2 reaction, and weaker bases, I told you, just now I told you, strong bases are required for SN2 nucleophile, but nucleophiles are not important for SN1. So we have to say that weaker bases, they are goes to favor the SN1 reaction. Yes, here I am going to give you the example C2H5O minus, and one more is nothing but C2H5OH. C2H5OH is nothing but weaker base, and C2H5OH is nothing but stronger base. Stronger bases, so this is the order of what, Nana? Basicity or basic nature. So which is strong base? Ethyl alcohol or ethoxy na? Ethoxy is stronger base as compared to the ethyl alcohol. Ethyl alcohol, a question repeat हुआ exam में. They have given same reactant, but upon the arrow mark, on one arrow mark they have mentioned C2H5OH, and on another arrow mark they have given C2H5O minus. Okay, now says C2H5OH gives rise to A and ethoxy gives rise to B. Like that they are asking A and B product. So A favors ethyl alcohol, weaker base, it favors the SN1, means that is nothing but resomization is the product, and ethoxy, it is nothing but strong base, SN2 is the product, that is nothing but inversion is the product. Like that. So in presence of weaker bases, SN1 we have to be follow, in presence of stronger bases we have to be follow the, okay, now what, Nana? SN2 mechanism. Good. Next point I am going to show you. Yes, it is also important point, Nana. Leaving power is directly proportional to nucleophilicity. Directly proportional to nucleophilicity. Leaving power is directly proportional to nucleophilicity. But both are, you have to be considered, this is nothing but inversely proportional to basicity. दो भी basicity को inversely proportional में रहते हैं. Right, they will ask you, so many questions are repeated in previous exams. Among the following, which contain more leaving power, best leaving nucleophile, and which contain more nucleophilicity and order of basicity, like that they are going to ask you. I want to give you one example, you are going to understand easily. Right, first of all, here I am going to give you one example. First, suppose before going to consider basic, मैं आपको एक acidic nature बताता हूँ. Acidic nature, HI, HBr, HCl, HF. Once again, hydrofluoric acid, hydrochloric acid, hydrobromic acid, and hydroiodic acid. Come on, tell me in that which contain more acidic nature. Due to large size of iodine, यहाँ पर bond weak रहता, इसको अपन easy break कर सकते हैं. So HI, HBr, HCl, HF. So which contain more acidic nature? Hydrogen iodide. Next, now consider basic nature, or we can say basicity. Quite opposite. Which contain more basicity? HF, or we can say simply F minus. Yes or no? F minus is there, mean already H plus is there. Okay. HF or F minus, it contain more basic nature. Next one is nothing but HCl, or we can say Cl minus. Next one is nothing but Br minus. Next one is nothing but what, beta? I minus. This is the order of basic nature. But what is the nature, what is the relation between leaving power and basicity? Inversely proportional. Which contain more basic? F minus. If it contain more basic, that means it contain less leaving power, and which contain more leaving power? I minus. So now reverse order. Leaving power or nucleophilicity order. Which contain more? I minus. Due to its large size, due to its weak nature, okay, now it goes to be easily eliminated. Means leaving power or nucleophilicity is I minus greater than, Br minus greater than, Cl minus greater than, F minus. So this is the order of leaving power, and this is the order of what, Nana? Basicity. Both are inversely proportional to each other. Okay, now, right. So leaving power is directly proportional to nucleophilicity and inversely proportional to basicity. Again, there also we can say directly proportional to what, Nana? Acidity or acidic nature. Okay, we can consider like this example. Good. So here I am going to show you one more example. It is also repeated, Nana. Here I am going to show you directly example is nothing but basic nature. Which nature? Basic nature. Alcohols, they are having more basic nature as compared to the thiol. This is the formula of alcohol, and this is the formula of what? Thiol. So which are having more basic nature? Alcohol as compared to the thiol. So this is the order of basic nature. So alcohol, thiol, in the two, which is best living? Reverse. So living power is nothing but living power of alcohol. We have to be say that thiol is best living nucleophile as compared to the OH. So we have to be consider the reverse relation. Okay, now right. Another important point I want to show you. What is the order of nucleophilicity? Order of nucleophilicity means which nucleophile is best living, which nucleophile contain more living power, nana. That one we have to be discussed. Okay, right. So one is nothing but only, of course, a number of nucleophiles are there. So complete comparison I can't give you here. So as much as possible I will cover. So you try to focus that only, remaining you can do 100% answer, nana. Good. So CF3SO3 minus looking like CH3 methyl, but this is trifluoromethyl sulfonate. Trifluoromethyl sulfonate, okay, now it contain 100% nucleophilic power or living power, strongest nucleophilic living group, nana. Next one is nothing but, here I am going to consider one benzene ring connected to SO3 minus, benzene ring connected to SO3 minus. And next to go for, I am going to consider, that is nothing but CH3SO3 minus. So this is methyl sulfonate, this is benzene sulfonate, and this is trifluoromethyl sulfonate. But another name of this compound is nothing but tosyl group. Try to remember tosyl. Tosyl means benzene connected to SO3 minus. So this is the order of leaving power. And after that we have to be consider that is nothing but, so CH3 SO3 minus came by. Next we can write iodine, I minus. And next one is nothing but Br minus. It contain more living power. And after that we have to be consider that trifluoroacetate ion, CH3COO minus. After that ethoxy group, it also contain little bit, okay, living power. Next I am going to consider another, that is nothing but hydroxy group. So hydroxy, ethoxy, which is the best living? Ethoxy is more living now. Okay. And next we go for continue, that is nothing but, okay, now chloro formula is nothing but Cl minus. Next one is nothing but fluoro, the symbol is nothing but F minus. And next one is nothing but phenoxy, nothing but C6H5O minus, or we can say PHO minus, phenoxy. And last one is nothing but acetate ion, CH3COO minus. Try to remember this. So from acetate to trifluoromethyl acetate. This is the order of what, nana? Leaving power, or we can say order of nucleophilicity. Okay, important, try to remember. Good. Right, next topic I am going to show you. Okay, SN1 reactions are over, SN2 reactions are over. Which compounds are more reactive, okay, now towards the SN1, towards the SN2, and some important points, CET points we have discussed. Now let us discuss some examples of nucleophilic substitution reactions. Some examples of what, beta? Nucleophilic substitution reactions. In that, number 1, RX, nothing but alkyl halides, undergo reaction with potassium cyanide. Otherwise you can consider sodium cyanide, or you can consider potassium cyanide, sodium cyanide, cesium cyanide, like that as you wish. Alkyl halides on reaction with alcoholic KCl, it gives the product is nothing but alkyl cyanide as the major product and alkyl isocyanide as the minor product, because of Cl minus is nothing but ambidextrous nucleophile, and K plus combines with X minus and goes to be removed in the form of Kx. So in case of alcoholic KCl, cyanide is major product because of C contain the charge, lone pair and donating nature, nana, and KCl nature is ionic nature. Good. Next one is nothing but alkyl halides on reaction with alcoholic AgCl. Again same thing, alcoholic AgCl. In presence of alcoholic AgCl, alkyl halides, they goes to be changes into the major product is nothing but alkyl isocyanide. Okay, and KCl is ionic compound, but AgCl is covalent compound. In case of ionic, C contain more donating nature, so central C is ligating center. But in case of covalent AgCl, N contain the charge minus, means N acts as ligating center. That's why here the product is nothing but isocyanide and the byproduct is nothing but silver halides. Good. Next, go for another nucleophilic substitution reaction. Rx alkyl halides undergo reaction with KNO2, potassium nitrite. Potassium nitrite. K contain charge plus, nitrogen contain charge minus. But here in that case, more electropositive is potassium, more electronegative is oxygen. So here oxygen contains charge minus and potassium contains charge plus. So this is also nothing but which compound? Ionic in nature. Which nature? Ionic in nature. R reacted with what? R connected through, enna connected through oxygen, connected through oxygen. Okay. So R bonded to O, O bonded to N double bond O. So the product name is nothing but alkyl nitrite. Alkyl nitrite. And K combines with X and goes to be removed in the form of KX. So in case of potassium nitrite, either N acting as ligating center or O acting as ligating center, O acting as ligating center. That's why we have to say that the product is nothing but alkyl nitrite. So what is the nature of potassium nitrite? Ionic nature. Alkyl halides on reaction with potassium nitrite, they are going to form the product is nothing but alkyl nitrite. Alkyl halides on reaction with KCN, it gives the product is nothing but alkyl cyanide because of connecting through C. In case of AgCN, the product is nothing but alkyl isocyanide because of connecting through N. Right. Next, go for in that second one. Alkyl halides on reaction with AgNO2, silver nitrite. What is the silver nitrite nature? Covalent nature. In presence of that covalent conditions, now here nitrogen contain the charge minus. But in case of ionic compound, oxygen contain minus, and that means connecting through O, nitrite. Now connecting through nitrogen, so we have to say that the product is nothing but R bonded to NO2, and the answer is nothing but nitroalkane. In place of R, nitromethane, like that we can prepare different types of compounds. Ag combines with X and goes to be removed in the form of HX. Okay. In case of alcoholic KCN, ligating center C, that gives cyanide. In case of alcoholic AgCN, ligating center N, product is isocyanide. In case of KNO2, ligating center O, nothing but connecting center O, that is called alkyl nitrite. In case of AgNO2, ligating center is N, so the product is nothing but nitroalkane. So which is ligating center and what is the product? Try to remember, important. Go for continue. Again next point RX alkyl halides, and you suppose undergo reaction with Macherous silver oxide. Macherous silver oxide. Macherous, I am saying formula H2. Which compound? Silver oxide, formula Ag2O. So they are going to form the product that is nothing but 2 moles of AgOH2. So in place of Macherous silver oxide, always we have to be consider this is nothing but what beta? AgOH2. So here also I am going to be consider that AgOH. Okay na? Ag contain charge plus, X contain charge minus, goes to be removed in the form of AgX. X minus goes to be replaced by OH minus. So here you are getting the product is nothing but alcohol. So how to say the statement? Alkyl halides on reaction with Macherous silver oxide, it goes to the formation of what beta? Alcohol is the product. Good. Next point, again same thing, RX alkyl halides on reaction with Az2O, nothing but reaction with dry silver oxide. How many Ags are here? 2 Ags are there. Metal combines with non-metal, you require 2 halogen, so let us consider 2 moles. Okay, how many R groups are there? 2. How many oxygens are there? 1. That we have to be right in the form of ROR. So you are getting the product is nothing but ether. And what is the byproduct? 2 moles of silver combines with 2 moles of halogen, and we have to be right in the form of 2 moles of AgX. Statement. Alkyl halides on reaction with Macherous silver oxide gives alcohol, and on reaction with dry silver oxide gives ether. Macherous, presence of water, OH alcohol, and dry silver oxide only oxygen in the form of ether. I hope you understand. Yes, another 2 to 3 properties are there that are going to be finished now. Good. Next, fourth property, of nucleophilic substitution reactions में is I am going to be discuss about the RX means alkyl halides undergo reaction with NaOR. NaOR. So what is meant by RX Anna? Alkyl halides. On reaction with NaOR, Na means what beta? Sodium. OR is nothing but what? Alkoxide. So alkyl halides on reaction with sodium alkoxide, you know this reaction very well. So the product is nothing but what beta? ROR. So what we have to be removed? Na plus combines with X minus and goes to be removed in the form of NaX. So what is the product here? You are getting ether. Which product you are getting? Ether. And you know very well this reaction is known as what beta? Williamson's ether synthesis. Williamson's ether synthesis. This is your reaction. Good. So here what happened? X minus replaced by OR minus, one nucleophile replaced by another nucleophile, means we have to be say that Williamson's ether synthesis follows the mechanism NSR, nucleophilic substitution reactions. Good beta. Right, next point I want to discuss with you, that is nothing but ammonolysis. Which procedure? Ammonolysis. Ammonolysis of alkyl halides means by the addition of ammonia, olysis means RX bond undergo decomposition. So decomposition of RX bond or CX bond by the addition of ammonia. Good. What is the alkyl halide formula? RX. Alkyl halides upon reaction with alcoholic ammonia. Ammonia in alcoholic nature by the addition of little bit, okay, now fumes little bit alcohol. So here we are getting the product is nothing but hydrogen combines with halogen goes to be removed in the form of HX. And what is the product you are going to be get that? RNH2. Alkyl halides on reaction with alcoholic ammonia, it gives the product is nothing but primary amine. Again such primary amine reacts with another mole of alkyl halide. Again H combines with X goes to be removed in the form of HX, and we are going to get the product is R bonded to N, N bonded to R. Here again one more hydrogen will be there. So here which amine you are getting beta? Yes, here we are getting secondary amine. Next go for it undergo reaction with another mole of alkyl halide. Another mole of alkyl halide. Again H combines with X goes to be removed in the form of HX, and the product is nothing but R bonded to N, N bonded to R. Again here it connected through what R. Here you are getting the amine is nothing but what beta? Tertiary amine. Again such tertiary amine reacts with due to primes of lone pair upon nitrogen, it goes to be reacts with another mole of RX. That lone pairs are given to the R group, means around nitrogen total 4 R will become. So we have to be say that R4, N contained charge is nothing but what? Plus, and X contained charge is nothing but minus. So this is known as what is the compound name? Quaternary ammonium salt. Okay. For the formation of quaternary ammonium salt, how many moles of alkyl halides you require? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay na? But ammonia is only 1 mole of ammonia. Okay na beta? Good, very good. Next go for continue. Alkyl halides undergo reaction with R bonded to C double bond O bonded to Ag. So this is nothing but silver salt of carboxylic acid. So simply beta X minus combines with Ag plus and goes to be removed in the form of AgX. Remaining try to write R bonded to C double bond O. Okay, I am writing here as it is. It connected to O. Here I am writing oxygen, and it connected to another group is nothing but R. So this is your final product. The product is nothing but ester. Alkyl halides on reaction with silver salts of carboxylic acids gives the product is nothing but ester. Good. Next one is nothing but alkyl halides on reduction. What is mean by reduction? Addition of hydrogen. Alkyl halides on reduction with the reagent is nothing but lithium aluminum hydride. One of the hydrogen combines with X minus and goes to be removed in the form of HX. Remaining hydrogen given to the R group, and here we are getting the product is nothing but what beta? Alkane. So what is the statement here we can show? Alkyl halides upon reduction with lithium aluminum hydride, it gives the product is nothing but what beta? Alkane. Good. Next point Nana, RX alkyl halides upon reaction with NaSH sodium hydrogen sulfide looking like NaOH. Na charge plus and acid charge minus. Okay, Na combines with X and goes to be removed in the form of NaX. Remaining is RSH. So this is alcohol or thiola. So this is called thiol, or we can say that thioalcohol. Looking like ROH, alcohol, RSH, thioalcohol. So what is the reactant name here? Sodium hydrogen sulfide. So alkyl halides on reaction with sodium hydrogen sulfide, they gives the product is nothing but thioalcohol or thiol. Next go for RX alkyl halides on reaction with sodium sulfide. What is the formula? Na2S. What is the formula? Na2S. Nana. Again, how many sodiums are there? 2. You required 2 moles. 2 R groups are there. 1 sulfur is there. So R bonded to S, S bonded to R. Looking like this is the product. ROR, ether. RSR, this is called thioether. Thioether. And sodium combines with 2 halogen, and that goes to be removed in the form of 2 moles of NaX. Next, last and final, I am going to be discuss RX alkyl halides on reaction with Na bonded to C triple bond CH. This is called sodium acetylide, or we can say monosodium acetylide. Alkyl halides on reaction with monosodium acetylide. Na combines with X and goes to be removed in the form of what? NaX. So place of Na taken by what? R group. So we have to be say that R bonded to C triple bond CH. So we have to be say that higher alkyne. So lower alkynes can be changed into the higher alkynes. Higher alkynes are prepared from the alkyl halides upon reaction with what? Sodium acetylide, and also by taking disodium acetylide also. Okay, na? Yes, these are the examples of nucleophilic substitution reactions. Final conclusion, in today's class we have studied about the nucleophilic substitution reactions, types of nucleophilic substitution reactions, their respective characters along with mechanism and some other CET points. And after that, here we have studied some examples of what? Nucleophilic substitution reactions. Okay, na? Right. In the next class, we are going to discuss about the completely properties of haloarenes. Haloalkane completely over, nana. In next class, we are going to discuss about the properties of haloarenes and some other optical activity topic we are going to be discuss. Good.